If it looked like I just got out of bed, that's because I literally just got out of bed. Oh, lordy. So, I was supposed to... Y'all know that David video. Why was it the David video? Technically was it, so... The David video I was supposed to record 3 videos on. But if you couldn't tell by the way that video was, I was fucking tired, bro. I cut it out, but literally at one point I almost fell asleep, bro. I kid you not. I was so goddamn tired, bro. Bro. And then that one before that, I just got done watching Game 6 of Thunder versus Spurs. And I was tired again. It was practically like 11 p.m. And I recorded that Try Not to Laugh. So, I had to run a risk of not recording the night before because I was working until the day. Daytime is here. And I'm actually able to get upload before, and I'm actually not upload. I'm getting recording section off, which is already doing better. So, yeah. Anyways, today we'll be reacting to Tommy and the Street, the beautiful revival of Michael Jackson. For those that went to see the movie, how was the movie? How was it? Let me know in the comments below. I wish I was able to watch it, but I couldn't, so I'll just wait until it's on streaming platforms. But pretty much brought back Michael Jackson's career. Apparently, I heard rumors that in the movie, the songs, I forgot his name, but the person who played Michael Jackson was technically a relative of Jackson. I thought that was cool, and he did a pretty good impression. That's what it sounded like. So, hey, man. Yeah, let me stop talking. Let's get right into it.
And had their own changes on. There's many artists that have hit the world and had their own changes on music. In every music category, you can usually point out a person who's considered the GOAT of it, or at least in the Mount Rushmore of it. Even funk music has its GOATs probably. I'm way too old to be talking about funk music, let me stop. But no one—
Chad, who y'all think is the greatest artist of all time? Honestly, that ain't a fair conversation. It's fucking MJ. It's obvious. Thank you. God damn. Why are you so delayed, bro? God damn. Jackson. But if you go to each fucking band, genre, what about rap, hip hop? Let me split that. Hip hop is fucking Kanye West, and just straight up rap in general, Lil Wayne. I ain't gonna lie, but it's Kanye overall. Country, who is the greatest country artist of all time? I don't know. Some might say Morgan Wallen. I have no clue. I'm not really into country that much. No. Rock, I know because I know it's Queens. Everyone loves them. The Beatles are probably close too. Pop, once again, it's Michael fucking Jackson. Yeah, dudes. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, those are my notes. Jazz, Louis Armstrong. Classical. Fucking His name was Beethoven, right? Or was that just a song? I don't know. What motherfucker who invented this shit? Feel me? Those are probably the goats, bro.
No one has yet to this day come close to Michael Jackson and his impact on music. Every year, people are trying to compare their favorite artist to his likeness and say they officially passed him, which has led to atrocities like this.
I'm just gonna say it. I think Taylor Swift is Michael Jackson level.
Hell no. Hell no. You a grown-ass man saying Taylor Swift is more famous than Michael Jackson. It's not just the fact that you're a grown man that likes their music. That I don't care about. But you, grown-ass man, fucking glazing Swift like you're a fucking Swiftie, bro. You gay as hell. I ain't gonna lie. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but shit. You definitely gay as hell. You definitely like it up in the eye. Yeah. Feel me? I don't want to start with a war with Taylor Swift fans, but if you couldn't tell by my fucking wall, you could tell you could tell my beef with the Swifties is that right now.
Famous now. Her famous hit. I think Taylor Swift and Michael Jackson are more famous.
Taylor Swift!
Period! Hands down. Who do you guys think is more famous, Taylor Swift or Michael Jackson?
Taylor Swift!
But they don't even think about these.
Swifties would think they could punch a hole through a plane with their bare hands if Taylor Swift told them they had the power to do it. Even the sheer fact that people have to compare their favorite artist to say they passed MJ shows they haven't. Because if that artist did, they would just be that big where the fans wouldn't even have to be saying that. And I've noticed recently, especially at the start of 2026, MJ is having an almost second prime on the internet, with people either listening to his music more, dressing up like him and getting their hair like him, paying impersonators to do this.
Nah.
Well, at least Grandma got a good show until she kicks rocks. I haven't seen this much MJ content on the internet in my lifetime as someone who grew up with him as well. Man, I used to be going ham on that Michael Jackson Just Dance. No one could handle me, except any person that had moving limbs, because I lost every time. One of the big reasons I believe we're seeing this revival of MJ is younger generations and TikTok. Now, before someone says, bro, Tommy, MJ has been the biggest artist for basically every single generation alive now. I know that, alright? What I mean is the main push happening from TikTok. Ever since the Michael movie released in theaters, it's been smashing through records like no other movie. It's already gonna become the highest grossing biopic ever released, not even counting the second one they're gonna make, which will be even more popular. Worldwide as a miracle.
Oh, they're doing a second one? I ain't gonna lie, that might be a mistake. I ain't gonna lie. Nah, it'll be good. It'll be good. I trust them. I trust them. People say they fuck with this movie, so I trust them.
Recording this, it's made damn near 800 million, possibly gonna pass $1 billion. So you're seeing all this footage of people who love MJ and even some kids going with their parents for the first time seeing him, being posted all over online, which is reviving him to people who already love him and brand new people. It's also showing how many people are suffering from main character syndrome, just being dickheads in theaters and nuisances.
Honestly, if you're doing this, sit the fuck down or get the fuck out, bro.
He's better than me. I would have sent a Predator missile straight to where he was dancing. With the movie automatically comes more streams of Michael Jackson's music, which has been going crazy. He already passed Taylor Swift as of right now on Spotify.
Yeah, get these Swifties out here, bro. I'm gonna have multiple comments attacking me because I've been this Taylor Swift.
I hope people know this is
know.
why they call him the king. This died 17 years ago. The music is even older and he's still breaking records. I think there needs to be an emphasis on the youth though, because when I went to watch it for the first time, there was literally kids 8 and 9 dressed as him watching the movie. So in a way, this movie is an introduction to a lot of youth for the first time and helping give nostalgia to everyone else. Speaking of the movie theater, since you can go bankrupt for a single ticket nowadays, I would use today's sponsor, Current, to help. If you've ever wished
Alright, yeah.
to 70 honestly is MJ. People look at MJ now. Not too long ago, all the media did was paint MJ as some vicious predator who was ready to touch your kids on sight. If you grew up watching media in the 2000s and 2010s, you know how they would portray him. Some frail, pale guy who was tiptoeing like a cartoon character towards the kids, offering them candy and to hop in a van, just completely slandering him for money and making up lies because he was the most famous man on the planet. I remember for me, back in 2019 when they released Leaving Neverland, which if you don't know was a documentary Netflix release where two boys who grew up on
You know what's crazy? I think there's another documentary about that coming out, bro. That is insane, bro. I sat there and watched a freaking breakdown of that case. Bro, there's too many inconsistencies to say he's guilty, bro. There's too many.
Berlin tried to accuse MJ of predatory activities. I was even wondering, like, damn, can I tell people in public I love his music without them giving me weird looks? So many people didn't want to be associated publicly with him, and that's not even counting at the time when he was alive. And this was because at the time, people still followed more what the mainstream media said, and they had a little bit more power. You did have people online obviously arguing that this whole thing is a lie. One of the accusers in the documentary, Wade Robson, in Michael's 2005 trial literally said under oath that Michael never did anything. And all of a sudden, 14 years later, he starts having Vietnam flashbacks and all of a sudden Michael did crazy things to him. Since you can't lie under oath as well, doesn't this mean he should be imprisoned for lying about that shit? There was so many problems with this documentary. It's honestly surprising it even passed. And you can start to see at this time people splitting with the mainstream media, because if you check Rotten Tomatoes, for example, the majority of people gave it a 26%, while the critics gave it a
98%. Yo, this is Epstein's goons right here and there. There. Let's just say, I don't know if it was true, but there were some people that says, oh, he got the kids to come to Netherlands because he was protecting them from Epstein's fucking sherang. Hey. If he did do that, the allegations and the setup were definitely Epstein's goons, bro. I ain't gonna lie. 98% Rotten Tomatoes. Bro, when I go to watch a fucking show or a movie, I ignore this shit. Because 9 times out of 10 it's fucking bullshit. It's a popcorn bucket is what I look at. If you go to watch a movie and you're sitting here and looking at Rotten the tomato meter to determine whether you want to watch this movie, your taste in movies suck. I ain't gonna lie. It's always a popcorn bucket. And I'm not even dissing the tomato meter's credits. They view movies a different way than the fucking fans normally do, which is weird. I don't know why. I think if you're like wanting, no, I don't know who I'm going to talk about. I wanted to say what I'm saying, but it's not going to make any sense.
I don't know what these had against Michael Jackson, but they deadass hated him with all their fiber. If they could make a slander video, documentary, or have some random dude who interacted with him once back in the 90s accuse him of something, they would be on it and the whole thing would be done in a day. Nowadays, you still got news outlets just airing bullshit accusations from anyone.
It started with what he would call the booty rumble.
Like, bro, are we really supposed to believe this? I've never seen
In the investigation I did, I watched the J.D. on investigation video. There was no mention about the booty fucking rumble. What? Come on, bro.
any Predator name one of their predatory acts like it's a WWE move. What was the next moves? Meat and munch or tickle to your booty crunch? The difference of the documentary releasing back then versus now is a complete different world. Netflix recently decided to announce a new documentary series called Michael Jackson: The Verdict, where they're gonna cover his 2005 trial and quote-unquote examining his complex legacy. That's how you know they're already gonna be on bullshit and be on standby with the slander. As soon as people saw this, they immediately announced that they're canceling their Netflix subscription, and this was the final push. In a moment where everyone is celebrating his legacy, these always gotta pop in like rats to siphons.
Yep, I saw that shit and I went, this is exactly why I went.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. And it's an unfortunate thing, too, is there's all... That's the more even daunting thing about these allegations. They will follow you for the rest of your fucking career, bro. Because no matter what good you did, or you did something great, that shit always comes working around the corner, bro. It's dumb, bro.
Some money. It is 100% true that MJ beat all of his charges, so what is the point of this documentary gonna prove? Still not letting a man rest 16 years after his death is crazy work. Netflix is lucky they're too popular to go bankrupt over this. I think past 2020 is when you really start to see people fully throw away that mainstream media narrative that MJ is some evil villain. You also had a ton of impersonators blow up like Fabio Jackson. He's a questionable person himself, alright, but just give an example of someone who is one of the biggest impersonators. Rico Jackson as well, who's kind of a meme. He's the guy you saw sliding in people's faces. He looks nothing like Michael Jackson, but he's still one of the most booked impersonators of him. Something that's also helped is people talking about MJ's aura and style. There's so many edits alone on his aura on stage.
Bro, there was an edit that was going crazy on Twitter. That shit was fucking tough, bro.
And people passing out at the mere sight of him. Like, no matter how many celebrities try to recreate nowadays and have that same presence, it completely fails because it was something specifically special with MJ and how he did it. You could see people's first time reacting to his aura.
There are still people fainting in the theaters to this day.
And shocked on how he even does it. Like, you don't even gotta be an MJ fan to admit, no artist to this day has touched this type of aura.
Bro, yeah, that's the type of aura Michael Jackson had. Y'all be talking about aura, bro. Y'all ain't, bro. Y'all going around, bro, to experience a real aura, bro. I wasn't either. You know what I'm saying? But, like, he just used to stand there. He used to stand there and, like, motherfuckers were breaking the tears. Just
What was your
stand.
award after 2009? But I was born at the wrong time to feel it, though. Shit, me and Michael Jackson were on this earth for like, what, 4 years? Not even that. Almost 4 years, but it was more technically 3.
Guys, I'm not even glazing, guys. I'm not even a Michael Jackson fan, but I won't deny that this jet is probably one of the only display of actual aura. Hold on now. Hold on. That's what an aura actually is. Like, that's the real definition of it. It means that you're outputting something we can't see. These auras make people pass out from a distance.
He'll be 2 seconds into the performance and half the crowd would already be passed out. Could you imagine nowadays if he was still alive doing shows? They'd have to have 10 ambulances on standby at a time. Hospitals would make more in one night than they would the whole month. Something that's also helped is celebs and creators embracing MJ more. I mean, Drake made his entire Iceman cover a homage to MJ. Whether it was an ego thing or homage thing, who knows? All we know is the Iceman was a nice man, now he's hot and cold. You can't convince me otherwise. This isn't the worst bar in his whole career. The whole song should have been scrapped after that. Streamers are dressing up as MJ as well, paying homage. It's really an effort that the people made, showing love, which I hope we have more of. It's rare nowadays you have people connect between race lines or gender lines or politic lines to all enjoy one thing. Something I believe also helped as well in this is Jafar Jackson and him playing MJ. I don't think you get that same type of performance.
He was perfect, bro.
Feeling of MJ with another actor. You had the weight of the fact he's playing his uncle mogul and the most popular entertainer in history, it made him drive more to give a good performance. He said it himself. Thank God it wasn't Fabio Jackson playing him. Shit would be a stinker immediately. I couldn't imagine the pressure he was facing. Maybe I'm just a lazy I would have sat my ass back and retired off the money, no cap. Going back to the comparison thing, the movie couldn't have come out at a better time with Iceman releasing. Because now that Drake officially passed Michael Jackson's record for most #1s by solo artists, you got people debating between the two on who's better.
Drake is not Michael Jackson, bro. I'm sorry. Hell no. James, you want to be real? You have Michael Jackson, and it's the line all the way down to the Earth's equator. That's when you'll run into your Kanye West, your Drake, your Drakes, your Taylor Swifts, all that. Yeah.
Fans coming out in an army saying since the record got beat, he's now the new king of pop. Not sure how that's possible when Drake.
Drake, that's not even his genre.
Doesn't even do pop anymore.
All my life, if Drake walked in here, it's a 99% chance I might pass out. On some cool shit, like, what up, Dub? I'll be like, what up? As soon as he give me a 5 and I'll pass, I hit my head right here.
The whole argument is dumb itself because there's one huge difference between Drake and Michael Jackson. MJ did everything pre-internet and pre-social media. That's why it's quite literally impossible to compare him to any artist in 2026. Nowadays, at the touch of your hand, you can reach the whole globe. Back then, the most you had was TV and newspapers and billboards. I think that's also the main reason why people would pass out when they saw him. Because you probably grew up all your life seeing his face on newspapers, barely seeing interviews of him. He didn't have Instagram where he could post his day-to-day life and you saw him like a coworker every day. So when people actually got to witness him, the aura overtook you. Seeing Michael Jackson in real life was like a once-in-a-life event for a lot of fans. Michael himself barely went outside, especially after his name started to get slandered in the media.
Bro, he couldn't anymore. At one point, he fucking couldn't. He had to hide.
Meanwhile, to see Drake, all it takes is a gambling company to give him a deal and he's streaming 24/7. And I'm not even saying this as a mega Drake hater. I like Drake's music as an artist. More of his older stuff, when we go past 2020, it gets complicated. Also, the record he broke is kind of iffy because, yeah, he did break Michael Jackson's record, but he also has like double the albums and drops every year. If Drake dropped at the same rate MJ did, he probably would be halfway to the record by now. Anyways, that's gonna be it. Let me know y'all's favorite MJ album. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. As always, I love you guys consensually. And until next time, I'm out.
Hey man, WVO Thomas Energy. I hope y'all enjoyed that video. Matter of fact, let me wrap this up so I can get this edited and posted for y'all. So I will see y'all later. Peace.